Hello, I'm Richard Joplin. I'm excited to be talking today to Chris Goff, one of the nation's leading real estate marketing experts. Chris, thanks for being here.
Yeah, no problem. Good to be here.
Okay, well listen, I want to start off a little differently today. Let's address what I think is the seller's biggest concern. Obviously, what they want is to sell their house. I think their biggest concern is picking the wrong agent. What do you think about that?
Well, I'd be concerned too. Finding the right agent, it's a needle in the haystack, it seems like nowadays. So I would definitely be concerned with that.
Okay. Well, I'm a local realtor. Been doing this for quite a while. And one thing I do know is that any realtor that sits down in front of the seller, they're going to tell them that they are the right agent. What makes anybody different? What makes the right agent? What's the wrong agent?
Well, I think as a seller, one of the things we have to look at is, does this agent understand how to write marketing ads? Every agent out there, they market the same place. You have online ads, you have the MLS ads, you have newspaper, and so on. But if you don't understand how to write the actual message to get people to pick up the phone, come and look at your property, it's never going to sell. And what we found out is, after doing years of research with agents, they don't really understand how to market properties. We have all these systems in place. You've got the MLS, and that's the big selling point, is the MLS. And you just throw the information in there, fill in the blanks, and hope that somebody's going to see it and buy the house. Unfortunately, with technology, you're throwing that listing out there with a gazillion other listings. So how do you make that ad pop? And after doing years of research, it's the way that we word the actual ad. And for the sellers out there, one great tip is to really understand, how do we write that marketing ad? How do we word it in a way to get people excited about your house? And that's what we've seen has failed in the marketplace. When the real estate market's booming, you could just have a pulse and throw anything out there and it will sell. But we're in a different world today, and it's very important today that we understand the marketing angle to it.
Okay, so if I hear what you're saying, if I'm a realtor and I pick a price for your house, we agree on a price, and it's 3 bedrooms, 2 bath, 2,500 square feet, that's not enough for me to advertise your house. If there's 20 other houses that are exactly the same, and we're such a crowded market now that
right.
I need to make your house stand out.
Yeah, one of the biggest problems, another good tip for your viewers here, is those are what we call features. And features, they don't do anything except give factual information about the property. And that's what every realtor out there does.
So you don't think that sells the house?
No. One of the things that we see out there is you have to use benefits. What is the benefit of those features? So if you have granite countertops as an example, what is the benefit of having granite countertops? Or if you have an in-ground swimming pool, what is the benefit? From the buyer's perspective, they always want to, what are the negatives about the property? Oh my gosh, there's a pool, there's maintenance cost, and so on. We actually have to highlight the actual benefits of having a pool as an example. So when buyers see the benefits of those features, they're more likely to buy.
So you would, as a realtor, I guess we always think that buyers are so educated now because, like you say, they've got the internet, they've got all the data, but they still need that emotional connection. We can't just give them the facts and let them come to their own conclusion. They still need to be sold, and we're not doing a good enough job selling them.
No, yeah, and the world has changed because of the internet. Like you said, there's so much information out there. Buyers are so well educated that they get confused. They're not even sure what they want to buy anymore. So the great thing about the internet is there's so much resource out there for buyers and sellers to utilize to help get these properties sold. And the bad part about the internet is there's so many resources out there that I think the buyer gets confused, and we need to make our ad pop. We need it to jump out there. So we really, again, have to understand how to word our marketing ads in order to get things sold. I'll give you an example, not related to real estate. Applebee's restaurant, they brought me in because they were having a problem getting people to show up to the restaurant.
Okay.
And we changed a few words in their marketing ad, which created a $3 million increase in sales because of the wording. And that's what, that's the first thing buyers see, is the actual wording, and then they go to the pictures. Of course, pictures have to sell as well.
Okay. So price is obviously the number one factor. But as far as how fast you want your home to sell and how many people you want, looking at your house is how you do the advertising and how you word the marketing.
Absolutely, which we've done numerous tests with, an agent lists a property, it expires 3-6 months later. We'll take that same ad and we'll reword it and sell that property in a very short period of time, because we have to, again, go back to the old school philosophy. Buyers buy on emotion, and we have to get them emotionally involved in our writing. And that's what I love about you, Richard, is that you understand how to write the marketing, and that's why you have a lot of happy customers.
Yeah, and you help me understand that. I mean, I used to be like all the other realtors, and I thought you price a house right, you do your just normal advertising, and the market will come to you. Well, there's so many houses on the market now, and there's so many agents that it is so cluttered. You do have to let it stand out, and I appreciate you doing that for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, well, I guess we covered quite a lot today, and I always like ending these videos with a tip for our viewers.
Of course, right?
So what's a good tip?
Yeah, well, the number one tip, if you're looking to list your property, number one, you need to call Richard.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem. One of the top agents, I would say, in the Austin market, because he understands the marketing side. But more importantly, one of the big tips that we always teach is incentives, and utilizing incentives to sell your property, something you definitely understand. But I don't see any agents out there ever use incentives to sell the property. And what I mean by that is to, what's the incentive of buying your house versus the next door neighbors? You can't it can't always come down to the features. This one has granite countertops, but that one doesn't. What's the true incentive? One of the recommendations we always give our sellers is maybe to offer taxes. Pay the taxes for the buyer. That's a huge incentive, especially in Texas where the taxes are a little bit high. So, utilizing those incentives are definitely going to grab your buyer's attention to want to pick up the phone and come look at the property, because anytime you can eliminate the fear of a buyer spending more money after they bought it, you're going to sell it. So that's probably one of the biggest tips that we give all of our sellers, is utilizing incentives.
Yeah, and I do think they really help set the house apart from any others that are down the street. I really want to appreciate, thank you for your time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Always
Anytime.
Appreciate you being here, and we look forward to doing more of these videos.
Awesome.